Alright, so my name's Angelica. Just a little bit about me, because I feel like I can see some familiar faces, but I see a lot of faces I don't know. I am a lifelong Sunset District resident. My mom is, my grandma is, my grandma before that, and I'm also the current student trustee on the CCSF Board of Trustees, Free City Coalition member, Free City Oversight Committee member. There's a lot more I could go on. But just a little bit about what's happening with Free City. You know, back in 2016, we had Prop W, which I think it was like $5 million tax on the, my brain is so fried, forgive me. There was a tax on the richest properties. And so from that, we had power outage. We had about 18.9 million in 2023 for the Free City College program, so that's free tuition. And what happened under, I would say, let's put all the blame on Daniel Lurie, but this did not start with Daniel Lurie. There was Ed Lee, there was London Breed, and all of these cuts to the program trickled down, where to this past year, we had about nine-ish million, almost $10 million for the Free City tuition program, which includes a grant for our most vulnerable students and San Franciscans. And what's happening with the budget now that, all of our students came out and our faculty, our AFT, our union members came out today to advocate for at City Hall was, please don't cut us down to 6.8 million. It's gonna be really detrimental for a lot of our Black students. As you see, there's only 3,000, almost 4,000 people that are impacted, but that's a lot. 3,000 too much. We see 500 for Native American communities, 500 people that could benefit from Free City. But when we have these cuts with Daniel Lurie, what it might lead to, some of the conversations we're having at the college, is we might start needing to pick and choose who exactly is eligible, which degrees matter more than others. And typically what is prioritized in higher education is STEM, right? Like tech. Law enforcement sometimes I think is also something that I feel like is protected in the city college aspect, but the humanities, more of the psychology, the social sciences, those are going to be probably the first things that we have to cut from eligibility for Free City. We will have to stop giving the grant potentially for our students, and that impacts, again, the lowest, most disenfranchised students who may not even have access to FAFSA. Some of our students are ESL students, first generation students. So those are some of the people that are impacted. And also just my last point, because I'm gonna wrap it up, we're a little late. There's, talk about a lot of the conversations today at City Hall too from our students is we see that City College and having free tuition for San Franciscans is a form of harm reduction. With that big talk of Dorsey, that's just one thing that's popping up in my head, and Lurie about public safety. Well, when you have students able to get into education and make something of their lives and access community resources and financial aid, you're providing them a pathway away from a life of addiction, of being vulnerable to addiction or being unhoused, so on and so on. Sorry. But that's it.
Yeah.
Can I ask a stupid question? What is wrong? I have a problem demonizing corporate billionaires and corporate greed. I remember a film phrase that corporate greed is good. You and I live better than John D. Rockefeller. It's because of corporate greed. So my stupid question is, what is wrong working with the billionaires to make San Francisco safe again?
They work with us. They don't work with us.
We're gonna make them work with us. I think is the right answer here is that they shouldn't have a choice about whether or not they work with us. So we would, if they're gonna exist and be around in society as billionaires, we're going to work with them whether they like it or not. I think is maybe where we can close that up.
Great, and also I thank you for this extremely educational seminar.
Yeah,
I learned a lot.
I'm glad. And you can do something about it. I know that this is a lot of doom and gloom, but I promise you, you can make a difference in this budget. Already, we've delivered 1,500 postcards to the mayor's office. We've already seen them. When we started organizing town halls back in March, what we heard is that the budget cuts were going to double on June 1st. We have gone so far away from that they are talking about the restorations that will happen on June 1st. Organizations like this and town halls like this have genuinely already saved us hundreds of millions in cuts that were going to come out. It's really exciting. And we're not going to stop until every last cut is restored. So you can join us at City Hall for an lots of actions on this week of action. But also, let's see, you might see these around the neighborhood as well. If you see these are us. And the last thing that you can do is you got a postcard hopefully when you walked in. If not, there's some up at the front. And we want you to write a postcard to Mayor Daniel Lurie. And do they have stamps on them? Or maybe not
They
yet.
don't. Maybe
They
you
don't
put
yet.
some stamps on some
I
of them.
have stamps over here. So you check the back of your postcard. If it does not have a stamp yet, you can either leave that postcard with us and we will deliver it to City Hall on your behalf and annoy them again. It would be our pleasure. Or we'll put a stamp on it and you can take it home and you can mail it to City Hall. So you can just, when you're done, stick it right in the mailbox and it'll go right to Mayor Daniel Lurie, who will listen and has already, whether or not he wants to. So I really appreciate you all so much. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Something when we passed out flyers this weekend, we reminded people that in New York City, Mayor Mondani closed a budget without a single cut and by taxing billionaires.
Yep. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. It happens all the time. And a huge thank you to everybody who came out here. Thank you all for staying a little bit later as well. Whoa. Thank you. This is your city.